Have you ever wondered why the human heart clings so tightly to this world, even when this world has given it both joy and pain? Why is it that even after disappointment, loss, struggle, and heartbreak, most people still want more time here, more days, more dreams, more chances, more life in the same familiar form? Paramahansa Yogananda points to a deep truth about human nature. He says that man's material desires and aspirations make him imagine this earth to be the place of final fulfillment, the place where happiness will one day be completed. And because of that illusion, the soul becomes deeply attached to the body, to identity, to relationships, to routines, and to the familiar story of my life. That is why most people do not want to let go. They do not simply fear death, they fear losing everything they have called me and mine. They would gladly come back in the same beloved form, to the same face, same name, same circle of life, and continue the same earthly existence, but with one condition. They would want it without the pain, without the setbacks, without the unfinished sorrows. And is that not so human? We want the sweetness of life, but not the suffering. We want love, but not separation. We want success, but not struggle. We want the beauty of earthly existence, but without its fragility. Yet Yogananda gently reminds us that this very longing reveals a misunderstanding. We keep trying to turn the temporary into the eternal. We keep expecting lasting fulfillment from a world that is constantly changing. This earth is beautiful, yes. It is sacred in its own way, yes, but it is not ultimate. No body can remain forever. No outer role can define us forever. No material condition can satisfy the soul completely. Why? Because the soul was not made for passing pleasures alone. It was made for eternal life. It was made for God. It was made for a joy that does not fade, a love that does not break, and a peace that is not dependent on circumstances. As long as a person has not tasted that divine reality, he remains fascinated by this world. He keeps thinking, perhaps just one more chance, one more life, one more success, one more dream fulfilled. Then I'll be satisfied. But the soul is not satisfied by more. It is satisfied only by the infinite. And this is the heart of Yogananda's message. Once eternal life is gained, once divine consciousness is experienced, once the soul knows its true home in God, it no longer longs to return to the narrow, little dwelling of body identity. Not because life is rejected, but because something infinitely greater has been found. A person who has awakened to spirit does not feel deprived by losing the temporary. He feels liberated. He does not mourn the passing of the small self. He rejoices in discovering the greater self. This teaching is not meant to make us careless about life. It is meant to free us from clinging, to help us live in this world with love, gratitude, and responsibility, but not with delusion. Enjoy the word, but do not expect it to give you what only God can give. Love others deeply, but remember that the soul's deepest beloved is the divine. Care for the body, but know that you are more than the body. The more we see God, the more our fear begins to dissolve. And the more we taste inner peace, the less desperate we become for outward continuation. Then life is no longer a frantic attempt to preserve what must pass. It becomes a sacred journey of awakening to what can never die. So today, let this be the question in your heart. Am I only trying to extend the temporary, or am I seeking the eternal? Because once the soul truly finds the eternal, it stops begging to return to the shadows. It has found the light. I hope this video has given you a glimpse of what we truly are, and you will definitely want to remain that infinite being, that eternal love, to be one with the divine. If this message touched you, do share with your friends and families and subscribe for more Yogananda wisdom videos. Jai Guru.